Good morning. We are in New York City. I'm staying with a friend for a few days, Virginia. She is not in town. Slept here alone the first night. She was supposed to get back yesterday, but her flight got canceled, so I slept alone last night. Really nice of her to let me stay here alone. She just like left her key for me and I got in. She gets back tonight. I'm just feeling like this is my own little New York City apartment. This is what it would be like if I lived in New York City. I'm kind of getting a taste of that. Me and Sarah flew in from Amsterdam. She went on to go to LAX. I stayed here because my cousin is getting married this weekend in New York City. So instead of flying back to LA and then flying back to New York, I just decided to kill some time, save some money, just not fly all around the country if I don't have to. So I'm just killing time between now and the wedding. I've been to New York City a few times over the course of my life. I came like maybe twice in high school for field trips that were like a day trip, so like nothing too crazy, and they were always rainy. I came for work 3 years ago. I came to New York City Fashion Week, which was pretty fun. What is that noise? Do you guys hear that noise? There's a lot of city sounds. I got back from Amsterdam. I immediately showered and got in bed. Like I did not do anything. I went to sleep at 8:30 p.m. and I woke up at 6 a.m. the next morning. It was pretty much raining on and off all day yesterday, and I also didn't really want to do anything because I really just wanted a day to do nothing. Watch YouTube and like scroll on my phone and just do nothing. I just wanted to do nothing. And thankfully it was raining pretty much all day yesterday in New York, so I didn't even feel guilty. All day yesterday I did nothing. I went to bed at 6:30 p.m. woke up at 4 a.m. My sleep schedule is very messed up. We're doing a few random things in New York City, just exploring on our own. We'll see what we get into. I'm excited to pretend like I'm a New York City vlogger. I have my own apartment. I'm just gonna go run a few errands. I feel like having the apartment to myself is like helping me with pretending. I feel like if Virginia were here, I'd be like, oh, I'm like staying with a friend. I mean, she gets in later tonight, so like the illusion will be broken. But I think like sleeping in her bed alone the past 2 nights, I'm like, oh, this is like basically my place. I'm not good with New York City geography. We're in Manhattan, maybe Upper East Side, Lenox Hill. When I've come to New York City in the past, I haven't really like used the subway a ton because when I was here for work, it was on my boss's card, so I was just like taking Ubers. Slash when I was younger in high school, like there was the field trips, we just like had buses and stuff. Like I feel like every time I've been here on the subway system, I've been with a friend who lives here and they have just like done it themselves and they've been like, get off here, go here. Like I haven't had to like think that much, but today we are using it on our own. Who's excited to see me as a New York City vlogger? Maybe you would prefer this version over the Los Angeles iteration. Not that I'm moving here, but it'll be interesting to see. First things first, we're gonna go get a coffee and get our day started and pretend that I live here, because I do. I have a feeling we might have a few coffees today because I have been awake since 4 a.m. The place where I wanted to go, called Java Girl, doesn't open until 8 and it is 7:30, so I'm actually going to another place called Daniel's that also has pretty high reviews, so we'll probably need another coffee at some point, so we'll probably go to Java Girl. They had La Colombe coffee, which I completely forgot about La Colombe, but they have so many in New York, and I completely forgot that I love their oat milk draft. I don't know what it's called. I got that, but it's served in their little cups. I asked the guy working what his favorite bagel place was because I was like, I might as well just like own the fact that I don't know where to go. And he said Essa Bagel, and then he said another place that was called like H something bagel. I don't know. The first one he said was Essa Bagel, so I'm gonna go there. I don't know how far a walk it is, but that's what I'm gonna do for breakfast and just be a true New Yorker having a bagel. I'm in CVS because I need a new toothbrush. I've needed one for a while. I just saw the CVS and I thought, let's just go inside, except everything is locked up here. I guess that makes sense. Okay, even the toothbrushes are locked up. Did not know they did that here. I need one of those.
Customer service needed at Dental Care.
Okay, I'm in Central Park because I wanted to eat my bagel outside. There was some seating inside. I walked a little while to get here, so I do think my bagel is probably cold by now, but I just wanted to sit outside. I got an everything bagel with cream cheese. Not as warm as it could be. It's still pretty good. I want another coffee to eat with this. I have a wax appointment in like 20 minutes, so I'm gonna eat half of this and then go to that appointment and then get another coffee and eat the other half. And probably go to that coffee shop that I wanted to go to this morning. It finally got sunny out, so now it's a really pretty day. Java Girl, I got a large oat milk. Iced vanilla latte. Most places in Europe, they just like have one single size, so you just like order and they just like have the one size, you know? Here, obviously they have various sizes, so when I ordered, she was like small or large, and I was like, you know what? Make it a large. It's pretty large. They don't have coffees this large in Europe. I do feel like I'm hitting a wall due to being awake since 4 a.m. Right now it's 10:14. My sleep schedule really needs help. I just don't understand honking. It's like everyone's trying their best, you know? Unless someone is about to hurt someone, but it's like when you're just sitting in traffic, like everybody's trying their best to like get through the light, get through the intersection. Like there's no use in honking. I'm hitting a wall. I'm tired. The fact that I went to bed at 6:30 p.m. last night is like really so funny, and I feel like I could go to bed even earlier tonight, but like I can't do that. I need to like get on the right track. But I'm like doing stuff today, so I'm like really exhausting myself, whereas yesterday I didn't do anything and I was still so exhausted and went to bed at that time. I'm gonna eat the other half of my bagel. Yesterday I went to this sandwich place called Al Antico Veneo. I might be saying that wrong. It was an Italian sandwich shop and it was so good. The sandwiches are just like one big square. Look at that. This would be a good place to go with a friend, because then you could get one and they could get another, and then you could do half and half because they're so big and there's so many options. Other things on the to-do list. I am going to pick up Virginia's dog, Mignon, at the groomer / where she boarded her dog while she was gone, because she was supposed to be back already, and I guess Mignon was supposed to be picked up today, so I'm gonna go do that for her. I need to be in Brooklyn, Bushwick area by 2 p.m. because I'm going on a podcast. I'm going on the HBO Girls Rewatch podcast, which you guys know I love Girls. This podcast, I just like love their content, like their reels. I rewatched Girls, so I watched it all the way through while it was like on air. And then after that, I just watched random episodes. I rewatched it when I was 26, so like last year at some point I rewatched it when I was like going through a crisis. When I watched it in high school, I obviously was a little bit younger than them. Rewatching it in my 20s was really great. And then I recently rewatched it like this past spring. I am really primed for this podcast. I'm so excited. The episode of Girls that we're talking about is season 6, episode 6, which I rewatched this morning when I woke up at 4 a.m. That's the first thing that I did, was rewatch that episode. I'm really excited to talk about it, but I'm also really nervous because they have a whole podcast about it. So like they're very knowledgeable about Girls, and they also like live in New York City, like where it was filmed. I just feel like they have the most knowledge about it, and I'm really excited to kind of just like be in a room with people who are as passionate about Girls as I am. Okay, wait, I'm gonna eat this bagel. I'm gonna put on a cuter outfit to go film this podcast. I'm trying to decide if I want to shower, but also there's like kind of no point because I am gonna be on the subway and like walking around and stuff, and I'm just gonna like get gross again. Maybe we'll find something to do in Brooklyn area. Have I been to Brooklyn? I actually don't think I've ever been to Brooklyn. I don't think I've ever been to Brooklyn. Okay, so we are going to Brooklyn for the first time. Oh my God, what do I do in Brooklyn? Oh, I feel like it's probably too chic. I don't know what to do. I could get another coffee, but I'm gonna have to cut myself off at some point. I'll ask them because they live there, and I'll be like, what do I do? I think I'm just gonna relax until it's time to go pick up Mignon. That does make me nervous, kind of like walking a dog on these streets. I feel like I'm always about to get hit by a car. I'm having a good time. I am just really tired. And I also feel like kind of a cog in the machine here because there's just like so many people. I just feel really anonymous here. And maybe that's because I like don't have a whole established life here, but I also think it's like the way that the city is set up, like you just kind of feel like a little ant moving with everyone, which is sometimes really fun, sometimes a little bit soul crushing. I don't know where I'm falling on my feelings with that. Kind of wish I had lived here, kind of. I think I would have liked it if I lived here like right after college. The people who have lived in both New York and LA, I think is so fun. Like you've really experienced both. On the flight from Amsterdam to here, I watched 4 movies in total. I watched You Hurt My Feelings, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Anyone But You, and Blackberry. And because of Everything Everywhere All at Once, I'm thinking about like all of the different paths my life could have taken. In some universe out there somewhere, I did move here after college, and who knows where I would be now. It is kind of fun to think about what I would be like if I lived here. I'm gonna mull that over and eat this bagel. Going home. really feeling like a local now with my dog. Hey, do you remember me? It's been 3 years. You get your harness off, Bug. There we go. Your mommy will be home tonight. Oh, you look so nice. Got your hair cut. Do you want to say hi to all the bugs? Say hi. Oh God. I don't know if Virginia wants me to feed her. I need to send her a photo and say that we're home safe. Mignon, come here. I'm gonna send your mommy a photo. Sit. Good girl. Aww. Wow, that was gorgeous. Good girl. Oh, your paw. That was too sweet. You happy to be home?
Hi.
Hey, welcome to Brooklyn, girl. It's been waiting for you.
Well, you can't show the other wall because it'll demonetize you.
I
but
know.
There is, of course, only Playboys behind you.
This is our girls' wall. This is our Playboy girls' wall.
I'm just gonna blur out the whole fucking thing.
We did a podcast called HBO Girls Rewatch where we rewatched all of HBO Girls. We did season 6, episode 6. We're so close to that. And
Yeah.
we truly had the best time of our lives, if you can imagine.
Tune in to find out what Sally's sun, moon, and rising girl character.
It'll be linked in the description, of course.
Let's
Oh,
go.
please.
The podcast is done. It was so fun. They were so sweet. And they told me to go to Williamsburg and walk around. So that's what I'm gonna do. They just said there's cute shops and maybe I can find food. Okay, I'm walking around Williamsburg. There's a lot of cool stores, but I'm just like feeling so tired and like I wanna go home. But I feel like I need to find food before I go home. Because once I'm home, I'm not gonna wanna leave again. I actually think I'm gonna go in Madewell just because. I went into Madewell and the girl there was really helpful, really sweet, Rachel, and she told me to go to La Industry Pizza. And then Lizzie called me and she said that we were on top of each other on Find My Friends because she just moved to New York and she was walking around Williamsburg. So then I said hi to her and she said that she had just been to La Industry. So I'm going there because one person recommended it. Lizzie had just gone there and it was nice seeing her. I feel like I've been doing a really good job getting recommendations from random people because I don't know what I'm doing because I'm not familiar with New York City at all. Virginia and I timed it perfectly. I just buzzed her in. I'm literally not doing anything else tonight. I'm so tired. I am gonna try to stay up later to fix my sleep schedule, but we're done. We're done for the night, right, Mignon? I'm in Central Park again, on the same bench, but on the other side of the bench. Still woke up a little bit too early this morning. I think I woke up at like 5 a.m., so a little bit better than 4 a.m. that I did yesterday. At 6 a.m. I walked Mignon. I tried to go back to bed, but I just like simply couldn't, so I just laid around in bed for a little while. The only things I want to do, coffee, food, and then I need to go to Best Buy to get a cord to charge my headphones. I need like a USB to a USB-C because I don't know where mine went. I like left it in Europe somewhere. Virginia's working from home today, so I kind of left to like let her work Park for a little bit. My family gets here today, which my parents, I was talking to them, I don't know the last time they've been to New York. For my mom's 40th birthday, I was like 8 years old on my mom's 40th birthday. My dad surprised her with a trip to New York, and I think that's the last time they've been here. Yeah, so they haven't been here in almost 20 years, 19 years. This is like the second time in their lives. Actually, maybe my dad has been here. This might be the third time. This is the second time my mom has ever been to New York. Don't know how many times my sister has been. I think she's visited a few friends from college and stuff. Not sure about my brother. I don't know. I think this might be the one bench in Central Park where people don't sit. I don't know how I've discovered it. I feel like everywhere I go, there's people. This specific area, am I like not supposed to be sitting here? I just feel like every single bench is taken in Central Park, but for some reason, no one wants to sit next to me. And this bench is actually better because you can like sit crisscross on it. Those other benches, you can't. I forget which direction we're walking, but I'm just going to find a coffee shop on the way to Best Buy. And we're going by foot. We're not doing trains today. And then after that, I am in Los Angeles. I obviously didn't vlog the rest of my New York trip. That's on me. I just enjoyed the weekend with my family. Hopefully you guys understand. The wedding was in Williamsburg, so the rest of the trip I spent in Williamsburg. And I feel like once I was in Brooklyn, Williamsburg, I went to Red Hook for a day as well, which I really liked because it was really close to New York City, but it felt like a complete different world. It was so slow paced and I had a lot of fun there. On the front end of this trip, I was like, I could never live in New York. Like it felt too walled off. It felt very concrete jungle, if you will. A little bit too busy for me, but I feel like I could live there if I lived Brooklyn, Williamsburg, or like even further out. I don't know the names of the other places, like Park Slope, I think. I don't think I went to that area. I went to Greenpoint as well. I like met some friends for some lunch in Greenpoint. So by the end of the trip, I could actually see myself living there one day. I just like would definitely live Brooklyn and beyond was the area I was kind of vibing with. So that was a really fun development. I didn't end off my vlog in New York City, so I wanted to wrap up this whole New York vlog. I wanted to wrap up this whole May travel series. This was our 5th vlog in the series. I wish I had some thoughts to wrap up the entire trip, but honestly, this trip felt not cohesive at all. Like I was just all over the place. I don't feel like there was a good through line for all of these trips, so I don't even feel like there's a theme for all of these vlogs or a theme for all of this travel beyond I felt a little out of sorts the whole time because I was just being pulled a billion different directions, but I had a really good time. Even though I was very exhausted the whole time, I would do it all over again because it was so fun seeing some new places. It was fun going to 2 separate weddings. Like I love weddings. I always cry at a wedding. I love weddings. They're the best kind of party. Now that we're back in Los Angeles, we're going to be back to regular scheduled programming. For those of you that love my travel vlogs, I'm really sorry. We're not going to be traveling for a second. And for those of you that hate my travel vlogs, welcome home. I'm going to stop blabbering. I don't really think I have much more to say beyond the fact that I had a good time and I hope you guys did too. And you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, which is now X, Letterboxd, and Goodreads. Those are all the places you can find me, and you can also subscribe to me on here. I love you all. And I think with that, I think this is goodbye. My phone as a microphone when it's like not necessary at all. Like I could just talk to the camera. There's something about it I like. I can't help myself.